I didn't see you there. Welcome to the Who Corner. And today is the final edition of Series 11 of Doctor Who. So, the final edition of the Who Corner for this year, for 2018. Doesn't mean there won't be a sneaky little one on the 2nd of January. So, yeah, welcome. We've got a lot of stuff coming up for you. We have my review of the Battle of Ranksoor af Kolos. We have a bit of a preview for the New Year's Day special. We have Who Will Help, and our first look at the Miss Lewis Moon Christmas special, A Christmas Discovery. So we'll be revealing more about that later on in the show. Welcome to the Who Corner. Well, that's the trailer for A Christmas Discovery and A New Miracle. You can see those on Miss Lewis Moon on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, those two specials. Let's get into the main gist of things now. So, I must apologise, I'm a bit bunged up. So, today I shall be discussing my thoughts of episode 10 of Series 11, The Battle of Ranksoor af Kolos. Or at least I think that's how to pronounce it. It's the series finale of Series 11, which means this is the final show I'll be doing properly. I'll explain what I'm doing on New Year when it comes to it. When we come to the end of the show. Battle of Ranksoor af Kolos. What did I think? You will probably know, if you've listened to me before, that I have not liked Series 11. I've not enjoyed it. I haven't... I just think it's lacked originality, lacked strong writing and acting, and has been very problematic. And some of the problems, the teething problems, should have gone away by now, but they haven't. So, the Battle of Ranksoor af Kolos, I would call it underwhelming, but usually underwhelming is when the rest of it has been good, and this isn't so good, or as good as you expected it to be. Because I didn't expect this to be good. I can't really describe it as disappointing, because I didn't really have high expectations for this episode. But I will describe it as underwhelming. I think it was pretty underwhelming. It was probably the worst finale of New Who. I'm gonna say that. It just didn't really feel like a series finale. Don't get me wrong, there's some things I like, there's some things which were done better than in some episodes of Series 11. But I just felt it was just not very good. It was weak. It was irritating, and it was unsatisfactory. It's not good enough. Really, it is not. Which is a shame. I hate to say this, because Doctor Who is my favourite programme. And I love it dearly. And I still do, even though I don't like this series personally, I still love the other 55 years, most of it. And I don't think this is the worst we've ever had in Doctor Who history. I still think there's worse in there. But it was just not a great series. And this episode proved that to me further. And it's just such an unsatisfactory finale. It didn't feel like a finale. They sort of tried to make it action-packed, but that just felt cramped. It didn't feel like it needed to be action-packed. They just blew up things for no apparent reason. Once again, Chris Chibnall's writing was terrible. I thought the plot, again, was annoying in terms of how it was structured. It sort of felt like it was overcomplicated. And I can see a lot of people saying they don't know what's going on in it. I think I could gather what was going on. It's just, it was quite convoluted. Too convoluted for its own good. But at the same time, it felt like it was a story that didn't have enough substance. And Saranga Conundrum did this as well. So, yeah, it's just, it's disappointing. What I did like, there still felt like there was a threat level apparent here. It felt like the most threat we'd had during Series 11, which was good. I feel this series has been lacking threat, so it was good that we finally got that threat back in this week's episode. What I didn't like was... another thing I liked was, again, Bradley Walsh was really good this week. I think he performs the role really well. I think he's a spectacular actor. I think we've only got one more episode of him. I'll explain why I think that and why I kind of want that. I like Graham a lot, but why I kind of want that, or something similar later on in the show. But, yeah, it's just... The performances were okay. The supportive cast members were just bleh, really. They weren't really given much to do, and they were just irrelevant, really. The Stenza are, again, a formulaic and dull villain. I don't feel like they're notable. I feel how they were defeated weakened them. I just thought they were pants this week once again. Tim Shaw, I hate how they call him Tim Shaw. It's just really stupid. It's like a comedy moment that they've tried to make serious, and the comedy moment wasn't funny. And that's what's happened a lot. The humour's really backfired this series. Yeah, so I thought the Stenza was crap once again. The Ux was just meh, really. I didn't know what the Ux was before the episode, so I don't know. I was expecting some sort of cool monster to come along. I knew Tim Shaw would be in it. It's really predictable. They didn't really explicitly say it was the same planet as Desolation, but I'm guessing it was because they had all those sniper robots and they had the Stenza and all that going on. So I'm guessing it was the same planet as episode 2. They didn't really explain that. Maybe that's because of the runtime, and the runtime feels limiting to Doctor Who quite often. Maybe that's just laziness, or maybe it was just an intention to not explicitly say that and just make it something that the reader would predict. Tozen was okay. Mandeep was, again, pointless. I think Mandeep's a good actress, it's just, I don't think she's given the right material, and I think the character of Yasmin Khan is just dull, really. So yeah, it's just such a disappointing finale, really. And it's such a shame. This series overall has been very underwhelming. I started off so positive about it. I liked episode 1. I don't like it as much thinking back on it. I think I was caught up in the euphoria a bit. I liked episode 3. I liked Rosa, and I was quite positive until Arachnids in the UK. There were a few episodes in between which I quite liked, but I just think this series really hasn't done it for me, particularly with those Chris Chibnall episodes. Chris Chibnall is not a good Doctor Who writer, and he's not a good Doctor Who showrunner. I've just heard some news which I'll probably explain more about later on in the video, and it makes me think that he's made all the wrong decisions. I think we should go over to the Who Meter, and we should rank this episode among the other 9, and finish off the Who Meter, in fact. It's sad when we reach the end of something, and today we mark our final points on the Who Meter. This little piece of paper here, which you probably can't see very well. So, this is a place where I put my opinion and my scores down for Series 11. Episode 10-wise then, what do I give it? I'm going to give it a 5.5, which is about the score, which is the score I gave for Arachnids in the UK. So, depends what happens. It depends what happens when I rewatch it, because usually they get worse, not better on a rewatch. We'll see. Performance scale wise, I rank all of the performances out of 10. I'm gonna go with, for Jodie, she was reasonably good this week, but still a few annoying moments. I don't think it was a standout week. I'm going to give her a 7. Bradley Walsh, again, really good this week. Not quite as good as last week. I'll give him a 7. Mandeep Gill can get a 5. And Tozen can also get a 5. I think our performance of the week goes to Bradley Walsh this week. It was robbed of a performance of the week last week, so we'll give him that here. I fancy joining up some points. So if we join up the points on the Who Meter, there, you can see, well, you can't see, but don't know whether you can see it. Can see my points joined up. Doesn't sound right, but you can see the points of my scores of I don't know why that sounds so wrong. Of the Who Meter this series. The Who Meter's just collapsed off of the wall. I'm tempted to break it apart, but we're gonna do one more look at the Who Meter with our New Year's Day episode. So, resolution. So, yeah. Sensational. So then we can't say next week anymore because the series is over. I don't know whether to be pleased or devastated by that. As we're nearing Christmas, and this series wasn't great, I'd say I'm not devastated by that, as Christmas time's a very busy time in terms of lots of events are going on, lots of people to meet, and lots of things to watch. Doctor Who Christmas specials, for example. Yeah, so... and part of the reason is because this series has just been so lacklustre in the most part. So, but Doctor Who does return on New Year's Day in just over 2 weeks' time. I don't want to rush away Christmas Day, but it returns on New Year's Day from 7 PM with Resolution, which is the first ever New Year's Day episode of Doctor Who. Wow. That's wicked. Yeah, I'll miss it on Christmas Day. I must say, though, the trailer for Resolution is the best trailer yet. Actually makes me excited for it. It looks very good. It looks very epic. And it's pretty obvious from the trailer that the Daleks are coming back on the New Year's Day special. Pretty obvious. She goes on about the most dangerous person in the universe, and her voice is literally filled with dread. It's pretty obvious that it is the Daleks. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited that the Daleks are coming back, because finally we'll get a proper threat. And as I said earlier on in the show, I don't mind if Graham gets killed. I don't mind if one of the companions at least gets killed by the Daleks, because I feel the Daleks haven't had a significant level of threat in most of New Who. So killing off one of the companions will restore that threat. Let's hope the new Dalek design, because we have heard they're being redesigned, they're not going to be the bronze versions. Let's hope the new Dalek designs aren't as awful as the Paradigm ones and go down a bit better. But hopefully he's learned from Moffat's mistakes. Yeah, so Resolution, I'm quite excited for it. It looks like an action-packed, interesting, good episode. It's an hour long. Huge deal, really, in terms of the fact that it's a New Year's Day special. So everyone, a lot of people will be watching. A lot of people who haven't watched this series or never watched Doctor Who will probably be watching. So it's the perfect opportunity to spring the return of the Daleks on us, really. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. The other bit of news I wanted to cover quickly is the stuff that we've just learned when I'm recording this, and that's that the not the Daleks, I'm getting confused. Doctor Who Series 12 will not air until early 2020, so we've got a gap year for Doctor Who once again. And that's the third gap year in a row, technically. The third time in a row where the series hasn't been on in successive periods, 3 years, and that's ridiculous. They managed to do 9 series, I think, or 7 series. The first, quite a lot of series in a row, so why do we need gap years now? It's ludicrous. So we've got another gap year, which means I've got to try and maintain the Miss Lewis Moon YouTube account. I must say, don't expect it to be really, really, really active all through the year. I think the next few weeks I'll have a few videos. I'll have a Series 11 overview. I'll have more on this news article, and I'll have my 2 Christmas specials coming out. But 2019 may be a reasonably quiet year for Miss Lewis Moon YouTube account. I don't know where we're going to go from here. Maybe I'll try and come up with some new ideas, because I want to keep it as active as possible. But, don't expect there to be too active stuff. We'll have quite a few things, just to say. We'll have, our Comic Con videos will still be there when we attend those Comic Cons. We'll still have opinion videos. When there's news, I'll cover that. I may do a new Who meter. It'll still, and a lot of throwaway comedy sketches. It should be an enjoyable year, hopefully. I'll try and remain as consistent as possible and try and come up with as many new ideas as possible for this account. So, yeah, that's the news about the gap year. Resolution as well is coming next year. So, yeah, that's it for the Who Corner for now. So, I will be back from on New Year's Day. I'll do a live episode, but I think I'm very busy on New Year's Day evening, so I don't think I'll be able to get the episode out live on New Year's Day. So you're likely to see on the 2nd of January, the morning of the 2nd of January, as early as possible on the 2nd of January, or at a prime time or whatever, I will be here with my live opinion of Resolution. I'll try and get out on New Year's Day if I can. Probably be out at about 9 o'clock if I can. Yeah, so I don't know, I'll give you more news on that as we approach. The future of the Who Corner? Who knows? Who knows? But I've enjoyed doing this series of the Who Corner quite a bit, so hopefully you'll see the Who Corner Series 2 in early 2020. So, yes. So, yeah, that's shocking. How that time will probably fly. So, yeah, please stay tuned to Miss Lewis Moon. There'll be a lot more uploads between now and New Year, and then I'll be here with my live stream on New Year or the 2nd of January. So stay tuned for that. And ask me some questions then. That'd be great. So, I've been Lewis Moon. This is Timmy the Spider. And this is my favourite pen. I know. I just wanted to do some little story arcs, you know. We had the Timmy the Spider thing. Many people just tuned off then. Many more people will tune off now, as that's not really it. That's it from me in the present day. But I'm going to leave you with the epic series finale of Who Will Help. Will there be a second series of this? I don't know. I have confirmation on that soon. So here we go. Let's see what the Who Will Help gang are up to in episode 10, the series finale. Hello, and welcome to another edition of Who Will Help. Sorry, Who Will Help? We will, that's what, no who. So I hear we're on to a final edition of our infomercial series, which is shocking really, because it seems like we've been going so long. You know, we're helping you with your Doctor Who related problems. So we wanted to do something special with the last edition of these infomercials. I don't know, do we have anything special? Gilbert says we don't have anything special at all lined up. So, we don't have a party or anything. But I hear we do have another caller. Hello. I don't have a Doctor Who related problem as of such, but I have a problem about your infomercials. You see, you seem to have skipped what happened at the end of the last one. You see, you had blanked Mr. Potato Head or whatever that was, and then you went on to was that obvious? Was that bit? Okay, I'll put the mask back on. I won't turn sideways. Yes, as I was saying, where you went on from last time, you were aiming a gun at Mr. Potato Head. And you, no, it wasn't Mr. Potato Head, actually. It was the other guy, John. That was it. You aimed a gun at John, and then you threatened him that you wanted the TV show back. Is there any explanation to that? Firstly, could we edit some of that out, Gilbert? No? Okay. We don't have the power to edit things out, but I can't be bothered to explain what happened last time. But if you want to know, here you go. Look, I don't want any trouble from you. Sorted. Oh, so that's your problem sorted, just like that. But there's other problems you haven't got solved. For starters, the legal dispute with me. You cannot escape that. The legal dispute shall happen. Do you understand? There shall be a legal dispute, whether you like it or not. Nah, I don't. Oh God, we've started filming. Yes, I will make sure that, that I will cause trouble for you. I'm Scottish, after all. Anyway, I've got some friends. Common enemies of yours. All people in which you have angered on your time on these infomercials. Exhibit A, Mr. Potato Head. Yes, you, Lewis Moon. I must murder you or something one day. Didn't help me with either my Star Trek or my Doctor Who related question. I mean, what would you rather be? A Dalek or a Cyberman? You answer my question. Nap off. Okay, Exhibit B. Thus Doctor 12th. Yes, you wouldn't help me. I want merchandise. I want merchandise, I tell you. You wouldn't help me. Thank you for holding me up, by the way. That's okay, don't worry. We've both got something in common. We're both Peters. Peter Capaldi's. To be precise. Exhibit C. If you don't get the idea already. It's Michelle. Yes. Hello. You were the one who made her husband's life a living misery. And now he's dead. And she is grieving. What do you mean he's dead? Nothing. Don't worry about that, Michelle. I meant someone else is dead. Someone else is dead? No, someone else is dead. Not John or anything. Anyway, let's bring on Exhibit D. Someone I don't need to hold up. Peter, where are you going? Peter, I can't see where I'm going in this mask. It's a one-man show, for goodness. We're still on air. Okay. You, Lewis. I shall get revenge. Think I'll just use the same solution I use for all of my problems. Murder. This is a weapon. Once it touches you, it will eradicate you immediately. And I mean it will eradicate you immediately. So, I will throw this at you because you don't offer me any other way to conclude this series other than in a devastating finale where most of the characters we've known and loved from the previous season die. What happened in all finales? And now I must do the same with the finale. Who will help? We will. It seems as if I was holding that for too long. It did kill you. If you were holding it for a minute or longer. His dad. Let's have a party. I think we should call an ambulance to go to the Who Will Help headquarters. Otherwise, we're very, very bad people indeed. What has happened, Peter? It's the host. Lewis, he's been admitted to a large amount of energy, and it seems as if we need to send him to a hospital, because otherwise he could die. We need a Christmas special, goddamn you! We needed a Christmas special. Don't worry, it's fine. It's not fine though. The whole corner will have to end, and so who will help? I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. I'm allowed to mind this.
How about we have a sing-along?
A sing-along? How have sing-alongs ever helped anyone?
They've helped cheer people up. Anyway, the host is dead.
No, he isn't. He's just critically ill.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. Anyway, I think we should get all of the cast members from the Who Corner to be here in this one place. Yes.
Just from Who Will Help though, because D. Cole, he's not available today to do anything.
Fair enough.
Yes. So we're going to have a party, are we?
Yes. A good old sing-along. Crowd around, everyone.
You all know the lyrics. 3, 2, 1. Doctor in distress. Let all answer his SOS. Doctor in distress. Bring him back now, we won't take less. Doctor in distress. Let all answer his SOS. Doctor in distress. Bring him back now, we won't take less. Doctor in distress. Let all answer his SOS. Doctor in distress. Bring him back now, we won't take less. Let's say, Doctor in distress. Let all answer his SOS. Doctor in distress. Bring him back now, we won't take less. Yes, we won't take less. Yes, I'm back. I'm alive. Here I am. That was all a joke. An April Fool's joke. What is it, Stone Allen? What is it? Stone Allen. Oh, you hate me for that, don't you? Anyway, that's the end of this series of the Who Corner. We will return at Christmas for another edition of the show. But until then, we'll see you whenever I see you. You know the lyrics. Let's sort of have a sing-song, shall we? Doctor in distress. Let all answer his SOS. Doctor in distress. Hey, I thought you were dead. Bring him back now, we won't take less. Doctor in distress. Let all answer his SOS. Doctor in distress. Bring him back now, we won't take less. I was bored of that song before this series, but I'm even more bored of it now. See you on the other side, guys.